We were not, I repeat, not told that waterboarding or any of these other enhanced interrogation methods were used.
Boy, she may regret that. That, of course, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who had to say last month, claiming she did not know about certain CIA interrogation techniques. Now, here's what she said yesterday in a written statement. Quote, I was briefed on interrogation techniques the administration was considering using in the future. The administration advised that legal counsel for both the CIA and the Department of Justice had concluded that the techniques were in fact legal. So what is the real story, and why is Madam Speaker constantly changing her tune? Fox News strategic analyst Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters joins us now. Good morning to you, sir.
Hey, Dave. Great to speak to you.
You too. I have to bring up the latest now in the Washington Post this morning. In early 2003, Nancy Pelosi's top aide, Michael Sheehy, was told about the techniques being used, not that might be used, that were being used on Abu Zubaydah. So how is she constantly changing her tune? Is she forgetting, or is she lying?
Well, she's lying. There's no question about it. Now, Dave, wouldn't it be great if at least once a year we could polygraph all of our top elected officials on TV? I mean, I would just love to see that. But look, Nancy Pelosi at the time was the ranking Democrat in 2002 on the House Permanent Select Committee on Intel. In other words, she was the Democrat in the House who got all the dirty details on everything. So there are two possibilities. One, she got the briefing and she's lying now for political convenience and, you know, and really spooked. The other is that, even worse, that she was asleep at the wheel and didn't care. Now, she certainly didn't know that on September 2nd at 8:45 p.m. Abu Zubaydah was waterboarded. I mean, she's hanging on that kind of detail. But she had to know. I mean, I worked in the intel world, Dave. She had to know the contours of what was going on.
And I can't assume that her top aide, who went to a very important CIA briefing, did not relay this information to her. That was his only purpose of being at that meeting. So now it seems pretty politically convenient that now she comes out against this. Why?
Yeah. Well, I think we all forget, Republicans and Democrats, or in the middle, we forget how frightened the nation was and how angry the nation was after 9/11 into 2002. And so people were, look, I'm sure in 2002, Nancy Pelosi would have approved skinning terrorists alive in Union Square in San Francisco to keep America safe. But then it started to break down. Democrats got afraid because Bush had the country behind him. He was very powerful. They had to chip away at that before the next election. And it's easy to forget now that in 2004, Bush still won a relative landslide victory in his re-election. So the Democrats, by late 2002 and certainly 2003, realized they had to break down Bush's popularity. And so that's when you started to see them shifting against the interrogations, shifting against, turning Guantanamo into a pop issue, et cetera.
Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters, we appreciate it. Perhaps she should be put on the stand like the lawyers she wants put on the stand. We appreciate your input this morning. Okay, coming up, huge wildfires in Southern California, thousands forced to evacuate.